Hello, and welcome back to Flosstube number 2. My name is Vanessa, and my cross-stitching designing is called Unseamly Stitches. And I'm trying to get into a 2-week recording pattern. So I don't have tons of things, but bear with me. I do have a finish, which I'm very excited about because I really wanted to get it going. I am not going to show you my whips that I showed you last time because for the most part I was finishing this one and I didn't really start anything else. Well, I started new things because why not? But I didn't really finish anything or do more on the whips that I had before. But I have been doing some thrifting lately because I am looking for frames because I have a exciting possibility, which I don't think I want to share yet. But in order to achieve the exciting possibility, I really need to get some test stitches done and get them framed and some nice photos taken so that they can go on the outside of the patterns that I like, physical patterns that I want to make of some of my things. So I have been working on that. But I've been going thrifting for frames because, of course, most of mine are square, and square frames are hard to find, especially like for not a bazillion dollars or more than I'm willing to pay for frames for things that I really just need them to take pictures of, and eventually I will hang them on the wall, but not right this second because I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to put them. But in the process of going thrifting for frames, I also found some other fun cross-stitchy things. I also found some really cool baking things. I got 2 Nordic ware pans, the fancy ones, like a rose bundt cake and a sunflower for like $6 a piece, and they're like brand new. Super excited about. Off topic. Anyway, the first one that I found, Ann Taylor Nelson Designs. One is like a log cabin sampler, and the other one, I just like the phrase. They're not really my style. Hopefully you can see that. But it says, "My other house is immaculate." I just like the style of that one. And I mean, come on, for 30 cents, I feel like that's fine. Even if I save it and use it as a giveaway later on the Flosstube, it works just fine. And then I also found, this is not my style at all. They're cute, just not my style, but it's the whole kit. And it's Astor Place, and they're angels, but they're made on the perforated paper. And it was $3.50, and I had some postcards that I wanted to make to send to some friends, but I was unwilling to pay, $10 for a couple of sheets of perforated paper. But for $3.50, that's perfect. Plus, it came with all of this embroidery floss and some very cute lace. So I might try one of the angels. I don't know. We'll see. But in any case, it was worth it for the paper alone. And it's never been opened, so it kind of looks like it has been, but on the other hand, it doesn't. So I'm not sure at the end. But for $3.50, perfect price. So those are the things I found thrifting, as well as I found, now this picture frame needs some TLC, but I don't mind that. I'm going to refinish it. And then my dad has I don't know what those metal pieces are that you bend back and forth to get your pictures out and back. I can't remember what they're called. But my dad has the gun that shoots them into the side. So it's pretty easy to get this one. I'll sand it down and refinish it and then take it down to their house and get him to put the pieces in it so that I can put something inside there. So I thought that one was nice. And then actually, my grandmother passed away last year, and I just got a box full of pictures in frames that were in her room at the nursing home, and I went through everything and took all the pictures out. But some of the frames were beyond saving, and most of them were things that I either already have because we sent them copies to her, or they were pictures that I don't necessarily, like, I don't need my dad's senior photo hanging on my wall. I will keep it, but I don't really need to hang it on the wall. So I took the frames and I'm going to use some of those. A couple of them were really beat up too. So I think, oops, I bumped my camera. Sorry. I think that I can use, like, one of them was this. It's old. It's seen better days. There was some very interesting things done to the back to make it hang. But I think I can sand it down, refinish it. I might paint it. I don't really need the glass in it if I'm putting a cross stitch piece in there. So I'm good with the fact that it doesn't have that in there. And again, it doesn't have the little metal pieces, but I can have my dad put those in that one too. And then one of these is just really generic, but it's got a gold metal thing. I don't know how this one's going to work because these actually slide in. So we'll see how that works with cross stitch, or if I'm going to have to, like, take it apart piece by piece and redo things. I'm not entirely sure about that one yet. And I just thought this one was really pretty. It also slides in, but I think I can make it work. I like wood better than, like, painted things, so that works for me. Oops, throwing things on the floor now. I also thrifted, this is from a mirror I found, and they had put fabric along the edges. I wish I'd taken a picture before I took it apart and spray painted it, but I got all the fabric and the glue off. I took it out and spray painted it black. It's got some spots where my spray paint, I guess, didn't stick. I'm a little confused. I also had a lot of little tiny bugs jumping in it because I did it outside and my husband had just mowed the grass. But a camping themed cross stitch is going in here, so maybe that works with putting the bugs in it. I don't know. May have to go back and sand some things down and do it again, but I'm going to use this. I saved the mirror just in case I want it for something, but that goes with my finish. This is the Camper Sampler by Silver Creek Samplers, and it actually stitched up a lot faster than I thought. Now, I made some counting errors, and I'm sure anybody who's, you know, really neurotic can tell right here, but I didn't notice until after I'd already done this, and I was down to the embers, and I'd already done this part in advance, so I just made embers fit. I just sort of reworked it. It works. It's for my 5-year-old son who loves camping. He will not care. So, you know, if I had it to do over again, I'm not sure I care so much about the glow in the dark embroidery floss. I mean, it's cool that it glows, but it's not a very bright glow. So I think it doesn't really, if you're going to do this one and you don't want to spend the money on the glow in the dark thread, which is also kind of a pain to work with, you'd be fine doing it in white. It won't matter. It looks the same in the daylight. So, you know. And then, oh, I have one more frame. I'm not sure I can get it out, to be honest with you. Yeah, no, I'm not going to get it out yet. I'll take a picture this time, though, before I start messing with it, because it actually came with a mat. It's square. I'm going to take the print that's in it out. It was another thrift store purchase. But I mean, I was really impressed with the thrifted frames that I found. And I mean, this mirror, I don't know if you can tell. This mirror was a, like, Hail Mary. I bought it. It was only $3, $4. But I am so excited because it fits this perfect. And I bought it just looking at it. I was like, I think that'll fit. So I was really hoping that it would work, and it did. And it's been really hard to find anything that's the right size. And I really didn't want to buy a giant frame and then put a little tiny mat just for the sampler, because it was like 6 by 13 or 14. It was kind of an odd size. So there's that. That's my finish. I was very excited about that. It came out really well. I like it. And the fabric it's on, I actually dyed. I did a whole bunch of things in blue. So now I've got, that's for my 5-year-old son. My 2-year-old I gave them the choice of did they want the camper one or the Deadly Aquarium Sal. So my 2-year-old wants the Deadly Aquarium Sal. So I really got to get on that because it's over now and I've not even finished all the frame. So that's on my, my to-do list. The never-ending to-do list. So I have 2 of my designs that I'm doing test stitches for. And I apologize if I'm rushing this. I have to go get the 2-year-old in like 20 minutes. Yeah. So this might not... Hold on, I have to put something behind here so you can see it. I am really pleased with how this one is coming out. And this is one of those, I had initially planned on doing it in white. And then when I pulled out the fabric, there just happened to be a scrap of embroidery floss, actually from the camper sampler, that got stuck to the front of it. And I was like, oh, I really like the way that looks. It's a really light, like butter yellow. I don't remember what the DMC number is off the top of my head, but it looks really nice on this fabric. And the fabric came from, I got it off of Etsy and I don't remember the name, so I'll have to make sure I look it up and link them down below. But it's a 16 count Ida. And I really like the way that's turning out. Like a whole lot more than I thought I would. The other thing I'm working on is a little harder to get to because I have put it, it's on my, it's technically on my floor frame, but I have been using it as a tabletop frame right now. This is a 40 count linen by Grace Notes. And I have to say, I am liking the way the pattern is coming out. I'm using a variegated DMC. I don't remember the number of this one off the top of my head either. The problem is that I have to use my magnifier. I have one of those like headlamps that has magnifiers on it, and I have to use the magnifier in order to be able to do that with any kind of accuracy or speed, and even then it's not very fast. So while I like the way that one looks, and I'm going to finish it on it just because I wanted to try the 40 count. I've never tried it before. I don't know if that would be my choice to try again, just because I apparently need to get my eyes checked a lot more than I thought I did. And it's just gonna take a long time. And I don't know that it's gonna look like so much better than doing it on something with a little bit higher count. So those are the 2 new whips. And then I am also going to be starting, because I don't know when to not do that. But, spooky season is coming, and I bought this a while ago, and I have some orange Ida that I bought, and, yeah, I shouldn't start it, but I'm gonna, because why not? So I can, listen to spooky podcasts or watch my dopey paranormal shows and do this one. So, by the way, that is my other thing. I listen to a lot of podcasts when I am driving or cleaning or stitching. So I like spooky podcasts, and I asked this on my Instagram too, but I'm going to ask it here. If you have a recommendation for a spooky podcast or spooky like paranormal research or ghost hunting type channel, I am all for it. If you want to leave your recommendation in the links below, I'm always looking for new ones. My favorites right now are real life ghost stories, which I have listened to like every episode. I listened to Jim Harold's Campfire for a long time, and then I took a break for a while. I've been listening to, excuse me, Let's Not Meet and Rattled and Shook. And I like Radio Rental, but I don't know that I'm going to stick with it, because it just sort of, they're short and I listen to them too fast, and then I'm like, we're done now. I also listen to Southern Gothic. Can't remember any others off the top of my head. So if you have any recommendations, I am all for it. I've been watching Amy's Crypt on YouTube, and I just started watching a couple of Ghost Theory. So they're good. If it's anything like Zach Bagans, please no. He just makes me want to tear my hair out because I'm like, if I was no self-respecting ghost would come out and talk to him. Let's be serious. They're probably all like packing their bags and heading out for whenever he's gone. They'll come back. And I don't do true crime because like things like Jack the Ripper like freak me out. I am aware that it's not even the same country, let alone time period. Doesn't matter. True crime, I can listen to ghost stories all day long and sleep just fine. But if you start in with true crime, I'm never going to sleep again. So let's just don't give those to other people. I have a couple of friends that love serial killer things, and I'm like, no, no, thank you. So yes, that is all I have for now. I'm gonna try and remember to turn on the camera when I start doing the actual finishing and prep for the campers for the camper sampler when I get it on the foam core. I have to see. So my video totally cut out, and I'm coming back now that I have gone through and fixed everything. Anyway, I will try and remember to take a video when I am doing the finishing and framing for the camper sampler. I just have to figure out if I still have any batting left where I can get to it. I may have given it all to my mom when I put my quilt frame in the attic. If not, I'm trying to decide if I need the quilt batting or not, but I'm leaning towards yes. So I will try and remember to film that. I need to get some more black spray paint to touch up those couple of places on my frame for it. So hopefully I might do that as an extra, or I might do that as like the next vlog. I'm not sure yet. Are you guys ready for spooky season? I'm ready for fall and spooky season. And this week has been a tease because all of a sudden it went from being 1,000,000 degrees to being like nice weather. And I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop and for it to shoot back up again and go, ha ha, not quite fall yet, suckers. Anyway, on that note, have a fabulous day and have fun stitching. Bye.